Multi-segmental extension. Multi-segmental extension, instead of forward bending on our flexion pattern, we're going to do a backward bend and see how the body tolerates extension and if we meet the functional criteria points or not. So, functional, dysfunctional, what are we looking at? So on the back bend, we're looking for a few criteria points. Go ahead, go into your extension pattern. She's going to have her hips push forward and then her trunk leans backwards. So first, in order to get a functional, she has to maintain upper extremity. Her arms need to be within 170 degrees, about here or beyond. And they need to stay at that 170 degree or beyond the entire time she does that back bend. I didn't see the arms kick forward as she does that. She's going to meet that criteria point of staying within 170 degrees of the upper extremity. The next thing I'm going to look for is, does her scapula pass her hips? So as she looks back, I'm going to look at the spine of the scapula and I'm going to see if that goes beyond the hips. I'm going to call that one no. So that one's close, but don't believe that. Spine of the scapula is getting behind the hips there. And now we're going to look at the hips. The hips should pass the front, the ASIS here, should pass beyond the toes. That one's really close. Didn't really look like, it looks like they about equal the toes, maybe slightly beyond, but the spine of the scapula doesn't get there, so I already know she's going to be dysfunctional, non-painful. Was there pain? Dysfunctional, non-painful. And then the last criteria point that we need to meet, just like the flexion, as she goes through this extension pattern one more time, we need to look and make sure, if you notice right through here, she kind of hinges. It's not that uniform half moon shape of the spine that I'm looking for in the extension pattern. She hinges there. The scapula, the spine of her scapula doesn't pass the heels. So there's 2 criteria points out of the 4 that she doesn't meet. I'm going to go ahead and call that dysfunctional, didn't hurt, non-painful. And that is our multi-segmental extension.